Lewis Hamilton, the seven-time world champion, had fans and pundits alike holding their breath as he fought through what appeared to be another challenging weekend in a Ferrari. But by the time Sunday's race concluded, something had shifted. The headlines weren't about his struggles. They were about a driver who had found something within himself, something the car had been hiding all along. From a weekend full of doubt to a Sunday that left everyone talking, Hamilton's journey at the Bahrain GP was nothing short of dramatic. Let's dive into this incredible transformation and break down what made this race a pivotal moment for Hamilton and what it could mean for the rest of the 2025 season. The weekend began on a grim note. Qualifying saw Hamilton in a position he hasn't been in for years, P9, nearly 6/10 behind his teammate, Charles Leclerc, and struggling to extract the performance from his Ferrari SF25. To put it simply, the gap was enormous. 6/10 in Formula One terms is the difference between a team on the verge of a breakthrough and one that's staring down the barrel of a long, tough season. Hamilton wasn't one to sugarcoat his thoughts. In his signature, straightforward fashion, he admitted that he just wasn't doing enough. To some, this may have sounded like déjà vu, a repeat of the frustrations he voiced in his final season with Mercedes. The questions started creeping in. Is this the same Hamilton who's dominated the sport for years? Is Ferrari the right team for him? The doubts were hanging in the air, but this is Hamilton we're talking about. He doesn't back down, and he certainly doesn't get discouraged for long. Fast forward to race day, and what a difference 24 hours made. From qualifying disappointment to a stirring recovery in the race, Hamilton surged through the field to finish in P5. But here's the real kicker. It wasn't just about where he finished. It was about how he did it. There was something different about Hamilton on Sunday. During the middle stint, when Ferrari double-stacked both drivers and put them on fresh medium tires, something finally clicked. Hamilton, for the first time since stepping into the SF25, felt aligned with the car. And let's be clear here, this wasn't just a driver managing to push through a difficult situation. This was a breakthrough. He wasn't fighting the car anymore. He wasn't struggling to make it behave in ways it wasn't built for. No, this time, Hamilton was working with the car. For the first time, he understood it. He understood the SF25's quirks, its rhythm, and how to extract the most from it. And that's a game changer. So what exactly happened during that middle stint? Well, Hamilton himself dropped a massive hint. He said the difference was simple. He felt aligned with the car. This isn't just a word. It's the key to understanding what was going wrong before. Up until Bahrain, Hamilton had been trying to make the Ferrari work in the same way he drove Mercedes and McLaren cars. But as he said, the Ferrari wants to be driven differently. The moment he stopped trying to force the SF25 into the same mold as his previous cars, everything started to fall into place. Hamilton revealed another key detail. For the first time, he was using engine braking. Think about that. For an F1 driver, that's like learning how to walk all over again. Except instead of walking, you're doing it at speeds of 300 km/h with 19 other cars on your tail. The fact that he embraced engine braking in the middle of the race shows just how much he's willing to adapt. And he was doing it. Not in a minor way, but in a way that fundamentally changed how he was driving the SF25. Let's not forget the brake system. Hamilton had been used to Carbon Industries brakes for his entire career. Now, with Ferrari, using Brembo brakes, it's like switching from one brand of shoes to another, but for a driver it's much more. It's like getting a whole new nervous system and still expected to perform at the highest level. But there's more to this than just technical adjustments. Hamilton admitted that after years with Mercedes, he had become set in his ways. Moving to Ferrari forced him to start fresh. He had to humble himself and relearn everything about how to drive a Formula One car. And that's the moment we saw Hamilton truly embrace the challenge. He didn't try to make the Ferrari act like a Mercedes anymore. He stopped fighting the car. Instead, he started to work with it, learning to understand its strengths and weaknesses, and that mental shift is what set the stage for his performance in Bahrain. Now, let's talk about Charles Leclerc. The Monegasque driver has been Ferrari's golden boy for years, and he's been firmly ahead of Hamilton in pace and understanding of the car. But in Bahrain, something shifted. Hamilton began closing that gap. It wasn't just in lap times, it was in understanding. For the first time, Hamilton started getting closer to Leclerc's setup choices, learning from how Leclerc has approached the SF25 since day one. It's been a gradual process, but this shift is huge. Hamilton is no longer just learning from Leclerc, he's catching up to him, and that's a sign that Hamilton is truly finding his rhythm with the Ferrari. We saw Ferrari's potential in Bahrain. When the SF25 is in the right window, it can be fast, and Hamilton for the first time understands what that window feels like. It's not just about the tire strategy or a lucky break, it's about knowing when the car is ready to perform. And that understanding will make all the difference as the season progresses. Ferrari has a car that can compete. It's not a question of potential anymore, it's a question of consistency. If Hamilton can keep pushing, if he keeps finding that alignment with the car, then Ferrari is going to be a real threat. But it's not just about Hamilton. If he keeps closing the gap to Leclerc, Ferrari's battle for the top will become even more interesting. So what happens next? The season is far from over, and Hamilton's comeback in Bahrain could be the beginning of something huge. If this new understanding with the SF25 carries over to the upcoming races, Hamilton could be back in contention for the podium consistently. And let's not forget, we're just getting started. McLaren has been the team to beat so far, but with Hamilton gaining confidence, Ferrari might just be able to make a run for it. And with a team that's finally got two drivers competing at the top level, the entire team dynamic could shift. It's clear now, if Hamilton can keep this momentum going, the rest of the grid should start looking over their shoulders. Because when Lewis Hamilton finds his rhythm, there's no stopping him. The season is wide open and Hamilton is more than ready to make his move. If Bahrain is any indication, Hamilton might just be getting started. This wasn't just a flash of brilliance, this was a breakthrough. And if he continues to find his rhythm with the SF25, then Ferrari might just have the dynamic duo they've been waiting for. So what do you think? Is this the beginning of a Hamilton comeback, or was Bahrain just a fluke? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can follow along with what's shaping up to be an incredible season.